Hi folks, China Guitar Skeptic back again, just with a little update to my last buyer beware video. A few bits and pieces that I felt that I had missed, kindly pointed out by others for me. Thanks very much, Brett Van Bostrasser, regarding payment. When you pay for anything via AliExpress, particularly, which is the only one I've used, there's a buyer protection system called escrow. Basically, you pay them via AliExpress and they hang on to the money until you receive your goods and say that you're happy with them. So never pay for anything outside of that. If a seller tells you, can you send me the money direct, Western Union, money transfer, you're going to get ripped off, so don't do that. Also, I would thoroughly recommend that you use an insurance-backed guaranteed credit card, so that if you do get any problems, you're covered there as well. Certainly in the UK that works. And I've already had an item refunded. I ordered some locking tuners that were on offer, $14.95 US, I think, and they didn't bother to contact me, had no contact from them, and didn't receive the goods. So disputed it and got refunded within 4 days. So yes, it's worth using escrow and Alipay. Again, highlighting the issue of pictures. You may or may not have seen my latest video of the personalised number 3 PR-less that I've ordered. But again, that's proof. There you go. I've got pictures before they send it. And if you get pictures and you're not happy with something, then you can say to them, don't send it. And if they say, oh, but my friend, you have to accept it, you don't, because they haven't sent it yet. And when it gets to you and you sign for it, you're then liable for getting it back to them if there's anything you don't like. So if you get pictures before it's sent, you have the right then to say, please don't send that because I won't sign for it. And then they won't send it because they know that if you won't sign for it, it'll be sent back at their cost. So my tip is never buy from a seller that won't give you pictures of the actual instrument you're going to get before they send it. Also, by having that via Alipay, not on your own personal email, which doesn't prove anything, sorry, on AliExpress, not Alipay, then you've got proof to escrow and to AliExpress that you asked for that, and they can see the pictures of what you were supposed to be sent, and you can send them pictures of what you were sent. So it'd be pretty clear if you haven't got what you ordered. So yeah, always get those pictures. Also, my friends Gearmeister and Dave's in Texas, among others, think that I may possibly, in the first buyer beware video, have underplayed the issues with these guitars. I didn't mean to, it's just that I thought that in my previous unboxing and doing up videos for Maggie and Tiger, I'd been pretty explicit about what was wrong with them. But just as a quick recap, so that people don't think that they're going to get something that's immediately great and playable out of the box. They've got issues with the truss rods, they need adjusting, saddle heights and intonation, nuts for binding, and I've used nut sauce and just filed them through a little bit to cure that. And there's been fret buzz on frets 6, 12, 13 and anywhere between 15 and 18, which I think is synonymous with a problem at the factories with cutting these fingerboards. And lastly, they've all had microphonic pickups. On the 2 points about microphonic pickups, first and foremost, there's a lot of people out there saying that they've got Epiphone pickups on them. No more Epiphone than the guitars are Gibsons or PRS. Why would you believe that the pickups are a manufacturer and not just stamped on the back? And I've taken apart the Epiphones that I got on Maggie, and there is not an ounce of wax on them. So they're not wax potted, the ones that I've had anyway, and I'd really rather like to see anybody that thinks that their pickups are wax potted give us a demonstration on very high gain, because I have a sneaky suspicion that they will whistle like crazy. But I'd be very, very pleased to hear them if they don't, because that's good luck to those of you that have perhaps managed to get wax potted pickups. I saw one video with a small amount of wax inside a pickup from China, and they were meant to be an Epiphone as well. So maybe some of you are getting a little bit of wax, but there's certainly the ones I've had haven't been. And the other thing as well is a couple of folks have been saying that all these adjustments will settle down with time and acclimatization. Just want to clear something up. Climate affects wood, Wood will expand and contract, as will glues and resins and finishes that are on these guitars. That is the reason that these Chinese sellers send them in polystyrene cases, because if they didn't send them in polystyrene cases and they came air freight, the minus temperatures that they would experience would most likely ruin or seriously affect these guitars. So the reason they're put into these polystyrene cases with moisture balls in there as well is to regulate the speed of the climate change, and especially the temperature change. Acoustic guitars are affected far more by humidity than electric, because of the nature of the fact that there's much more bare wood on them. On electric guitars, the bare wood tends to be restricted to the fingerboard, unless you've got a maple fingerboard, in which case there's often tons of lacquer on that as well. That lacquer protects against the moisture ingress, and so your effects of moisture and humidity will be much less. However, electric guitars are affected by temperature. Over here in the UK, our house inside is regulated between 18 and 20 degrees most of the time, a little bit higher now that we've got a little one around, but usually 24 hours is more than enough to suffice to allow a guitar to acclimatise to the temperature of its new environment. And at that point, all of mine have still required a truss rod and fret dressing, So I'm sorry, but I don't hold with the fact that some people think that it's all to do with climate and letting the guitar settle. I know that certain people on the internet suggest leaving a guitar a week. It's probably a good practice because it's going to settle a lot more in a week, but the major temperature, which is the main thing that affects electric guitars, will have settled and acclimatised within 24 hours. So there we have it. These guitars do not come ready to play out of the box. They are a project. They are a concern to your ethics because of the fact that they are effectively rip-offs or copies or fakes of a major brand. But if you buy them with that in mind, and you can clear it with your conscience that you're not going to pass these off, and God forbid ever try to sell them as the original, then you can have a lot of fun with it. If you're just looking to do up and fiddle about and noodle with guitars like I am. As I said in my previous video, the kudos of these instruments is being able to set them up, do them up, make them play well and enjoy playing them well. So if you follow that advice, you won't go too far wrong. Thanks for watching this update to the previous video. I hope you found it equally, if not a little extra help in your decision over what to do. Oh, hello, somebody's trying to get hold of me. And so yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Take care, and I'll be back with a video soon, and in the meantime, rock on.